What's up guys, how's it going? It's me, Ed's Gaming here, and today I'm just going to be sharing with you a little trick that I found earlier today that you guys can use to make yourselves a bit of extra cash. And before we start, I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you're quite mature, because it does involve some sort of investing real money, and it only works if you do it right. And because of this, you obviously need either some money on a debit card or PayPal or whatever you'd use to buy Steam games or games off G2A. So onto the tutorial. There's a website called G2A, which I'll leave the link to in the description, where you can buy and sell Steam games for really cheap, and this does involve both of these things, and also possibly the Steam sales. Right, so I'll sum up what this is all about. You buy a game off Steam or G2A when it's available for much cheaper than the usual G2A prices, as they change all of the time, and then when it goes up in price on G2A, you sell it again and make a profit on it. So now I'll go through it step by step. This doesn't work 100% of the time with all games, but the first thing you'd want to do is check around on G2A and get the idea of the sort of prices that all the popular games like COD, Assassin's Creed, CSGO, all that sort of stuff are priced at. And if I was you, I'd check around for at least a week and write down some of the prices of these games. You can easily tell if there's a big sale or there's a game available for much cheaper than most people are selling it for. So I'll leave a link to it in the description, and when you find the game that you want to buy for cheap, just make sure they have good reviews and purchase it. And I would not recommend using G2A Shield, simply because it takes away another bit of money from your profit, but once you redeem the game, save it as a Steam gift. Right, so I'm just quickly adding this in. If it's a Steam gift, then redeem it, but save it to your inventory so that you can resell it. If it's a Steam key that you've purchased, do not redeem it. Just write that down and keep it so that you can put it back on G2A, because if you redeem a key, then there's no way to sell it again. And this is important because if you add it to your library, then that means you can't resell it and you're just going to have to keep your game. And one other thing, only do this with games that are popular, because otherwise you won't be able to resell it easily at all. So yeah, once you've got this, you're going to want to wait until the game goes back up in price so that you can resell it and make yourself a decent profit. But you've got to take into account that G2A does take a small percentage, and there's a €0.5 selling fee. So you've got to take that into account so that you definitely sell it without making a loss. I have left a link to the table on screen in the description, but to calculate the price that you need to sell it at to not make any profit or loss, this is just to get your money back, then get yourself a calculator and times the price that you originally paid for it by 1.08. And then you're going to want to go to xe.com/currency converter, and again I'll leave a link in the description, but you want to convert 50 cents, which is in the euro currency, not dollars, and convert that into the currency that you used to buy the game, and add that to your previous number. So if I was you, I'd write that down. So now you just want to wait until the game goes back up in price as much as possible above that number, and then go to my account, selling, and click sell new item, as you can see on screen. From here, just fill in all the stuff, and I'd recommend trying to price it around €1 or $1 less than what everyone else is selling it at, because you're going to get no reviews at the start, and most people have tons, so that's going to make sure that you're still making a profit and you're actually going to sell it, because otherwise you've just wasted your listing fees. So obviously once someone buys your game, you'll have the fees taken from it, and if you've done this correctly, you'll have more money back than what you bought it for. And after 10 days at most, you're free to withdraw it from your G2A account onto PayPal, or just to buy other games from G2A. Or I think you can put it onto a credit card, it's up to you. And an example of this working properly is, a while ago I bought the Borderlands 2 Season Pass for £3, and now for some reason it's gone up in value to £15. So I sold it and made a £12 profit, which isn't bad, just for something as simple as this. And I know this might sound complicated, but if you guys don't understand any of it, then just comment below and I will try and explain it with some more detail. But that's about it from me for now. I hope this helps you guys, and if you make any money from this, just leave a comment and make sure to smash that like button. You can also obviously get cheap games just to save yourself a bit of money from G2A. And I'll see you next time, guys. It's been me, Ed's Gaming.